A lot of stuff I don't believe in. Paranormal stuff, I don't believe in the paranormal, even though there's, 40 shows on TV telling me there's paranormal shit? My wife loves those shows. She watches all those shows because she thinks they're hilarious. And they are for a short period of time, but I just get so frustrated with them because they like to pretend that they're reality. And they're not reality shows, right? You know how you know they're not reality? Because they have a cast. Every show, whether it's Bigfoot or psychics or ghosts, has the same 4 people. They always have the true believer. The true believer is the one that no matter what you give her, she just believes it. You throw it at her and she believes it, right? And I say her because it's always like a crazy British woman, right? It's always that one. Then you have the expert. The expert's the guy who, despite having no physical information or any sort of data on what it is they're looking for, he seems to know everything about them. He knows like what they're thinking at any given moment, or what they had for dinner last night, or who their bestie is, right? Like he's the guy like on the ghost shows that would be like the medium, the little overweight guy with the mustache who can talk to the spirits. He kind of sounds like a Southern theater director, right? He's always like, there's evil spirits in this place. He needs this bitch out. Then you have the techie. The techie's my favorite because he's the guy responsible for all the scientific paraphernalia, right? He's not a scientist himself. He's more of like a scientographer, right? He's the guy responsible for all their cool equipment, like the heatometer and the plasmograph and the shit that doesn't exist a phone, right? He's that guy. He's the guy who can tell you if there's a hot spot or a cold spot. You're like, what's a hot spot? Hot spot is, of course, a ghost. Friendly ghost, something like your Casper variety. And what's a cold spot? Cold spot, of course, indicates a ghost. More of an evil ghost, though. Something you might find on a Ghostbusters, like a gatekeeper or a keymaster or a Zool, a Slimer, or something like that. What does a warm spot indicate? Warm spots generally indicate proper insulation, unfortunately. I love the hot spot, cold spot circular reasoning. How'd you determine that the hot spot and the cold spot were the ghosts? Well, that's a funny question. I'm glad you asked that. See, every time we kept coming into these here houses, we kept finding ourselves some cold spots. You're like, wow, okay, interesting. And how did you determine that the cold spot was a ghost? Well, because these houses are haunted by ghosts. And how do you know that the houses are haunted by ghosts? Because we keep finding cold spots. Are you fucking stupid or something? How do you not follow this logic? I didn't even know that people outside of the ghost shows believed in ghosts. And I'm not kidding you. Like, I didn't realize that people actually believed in ghosts. Till after a show, one of my friends goes, "You don't believe in ghosts?" And I'm like, I'm older than 4. Are you fucking kidding me? No. I don't even know what a ghost is supposed to be. What is it? They say the soul. Okay, that's a whole other issue we got to deal with. But let's just say at the very least, what I've gathered is this: that the body dies, and then the energy of the body remains in human form and wanders around the earth, repeating old patterns until it gets to move on and cross over. Yet every time I hear about these ghosts and I watch these shows, the ghosts are always wearing clothes. Are we supposed to believe that this is the soul of the suit and tie, or the dress that is like stuck on the celestial sales rack until it becomes retro cool again and gets to go to the big Nordstrom in the sky? What is it? Shouldn't all ghosts be naked? Wandering around the afterlife like some sort of paranormal hedonism, right? Just looking for other swing inspectors to go to the tent and get metaphysical with, right? I'm watching one of these shows and the guy's like, "Yeah, we had a ghost, all right. Back in 1875, man shot himself right over there, 9 o'clock at night, killed himself. Now every night at 9 o'clock, that computer turns itself on." What does a ghost from 1875 want with a computer? What does any ghost really want with a computer? Logging onto eBay to find their lost armoire? What exactly? Going onto soulmates.com to find that perfect partner for their poltergeist personality, right? What exactly? Now, if at 8:59, I saw a box of tissue paper go floating by, and then a bottle of Lubriderm, and the computer turns on and up pops like barelydead.net or amateurapparitionauditions.com. Okay, we have a ghost repeating an old pattern. I'll break out the magnetometron and grab a reading. I don't want to get graphic, though, but if ghosts masturbate, what do you think happens to the ghost, jism, whatever? You think it floats right through the tissue paper? I mean, I know mine does sometimes, and I'm of this world, so I think it's a valid question. But would that scare you? If you came home and there's a ghost in there, you'd be like, dude, come on, really? Clean up when you're done. There's ectoplasm all over the keyboard. And by the way, this whole business, you're never gonna cross over that way, okay? Think about ghosts. Are ghosts ever scary? Any ghost story, have you ever heard, has ever been scary? Here's every ghost story I ever hear. Every ghost story is like this. Well, every night when I go to sleep, I put my book right here on this nightstand. And every morning when I wake up, my book is over there on that table. It's like, dude, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Hey, you got a ghost with OCD, right? I hear this story a lot too. I woke up in the middle of the night and my grandpa was just sitting on the end of the bed, staring at me. You're like, wow, your grandpa, that's cool. Did you talk to him? Talk to him! I was scared to death. You were scared to death of your peepaw. Really? Like, what? Why? Did he try to kill you? Uh-uh. Did he try to, hurt you? Nope. Did he try to, like rape you or something? Like, what did he do? Nothing. Well, dude, there's your problem. Your grandpa comes all this way, through the wormhole, across time, through space, just to bring you some hard candy and some buttermints and maybe regale you with stories about WWII, and you don't even rap to the guy? No wonder he moves your book from place to place. You're a fucking asshole, okay? Now, if I woke up in the middle of the night and Uncle Ted was sitting on the end of the bed, I'd be scared. That guy tried to possess me when he was alive, okay? So, ghosts aren't scary. And the other thing about ghosts is you never hear about a cool ghost, right? When was the last time you heard about a 24-year-old nymphomaniac stripper ghost who comes in late at night when you're sleeping, restrains you, and just grinds on you like you're a bedpost in a convent, right? Just rides you all night long like she's a fat Mexican kid and you're a street carnival tilt-a-whirl, right? I mean, here's the thing. If ghosts existed, then every spectrum of people that's ever lived and died would be represented in the afterlife, and that ghost would exist, right? And then I thought, well, maybe you just don't hear about that ghost, right? I mean, think about it, because maybe nobody fucking reports that ghost, right? I know I wouldn't. In fact, if I was moving into a new house and they said, Mr. Harris, before you sign these papers, I need to warn you, this house is haunted by a 24-year-old nymphomaniac stripper ghost. Be like, would you like me to sign that in ink or blood? Exactly, where do you want that? That's a house I move into. That's a ghost I taunt. I'm walking around that house all night long like this. I ain't leaving, bitch. It's my house. I like my book over here. What are you gonna do about it? Haunt me. Please? Let's get naked and repeat some old patterns. Come on, can we?